Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, people? Happy Sunday. It's your boy Jarv here, representing the Rap Round Table. As always, it's just gonna be your boy though, because the guys are a little busy on this Sunday, and I had a little free time. So before y'all, start talking your shit, it's Jarv, it's Roc Nation, whatever the case may be, the fellas are busy. Therefore, you get me. You get what I'm saying? Like you're only getting your boy today. It's no big deal. You'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let the room populate. I'm gonna let the room do what it does before we get into the festivities, the rap round table festivities. Whether it's one, two, or four of us, it's still a rap round table. I know how that goes already. Let me see who's in the building. If there's any kind of technical difficulties or whatever the case may be, please bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Technology is an imperfect thing. All right, let me see who's in the building with me today. You know what I mean? Oh, I see Non Plus here. Hey, yo, funny, born gifted, what's good? This is gonna be hilarious. Anime Bros podcast. Leroy Green, what's good? What up, people? Real quick, as y'all pull in, make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all know what I need y'all to do. If y'all here, y'all tapping in, hit that like button. As soon as you press play, like automatically. Also, episode 64 is definitely dropping this Tuesday. For those I noticed that the output isn't as elite as it usually is on our end. We've been busy with work and personal lives and things of that nature, but the output is going to once again increase. We're going to start attacking how we usually attack. But, we got jobs, we got careers. There's a lot of life happening behind the scenes, and we're moving in that direction. Deanly just got a promotion. I had started a new job not too long ago. So it's like a lot of things are happening, and we're trying to reformat what normal is. I started school for the spring semester. So it's like we're trying to reformat how we're going to approach the content, but we kind of have a better idea of how we're going to do that going forward. So the log gaps without new shit from us stops as of right now, starting with this Sunday live. You know what I mean? I see Non Plus in, NTG in the building. Yeah, man. So let's get right into it. The whole point of this discussion is Jarv finds it funny that a lot of people are talking about the Roc Nation brunch on this good Sunday, Grammy Sunday, for those who give a fuck about the Grammys. And it's really funny to me that a lot of platforms that have built their platform on Jay-Z slander are doing a lot of talking, posting about the Roc Nation brunch. So I ask you, the people in the chat, family, my cousins, if that is that not weird? Let's start there. That's not weird that you spend years blasting Jay-Z, but then when the Roc Nation brunch comes, it gets full coverage. I think that's weird. Let me know if I'm tripping. Can somebody let me know if I'm bugging? Adriel was good. Hudson was good. Y'all getting Jarv. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, by the way. Like, it's just me here. I'm not passing the ball to anybody, so we don't need for me to be talking to y'all for over an hour. You know what I'm saying? Hudson taps in. Make sure you hit that like button also. Definitely weird behavior. Well, I agree. Like, is the Roc Nation brunch a big deal or not? Is it a secret society link up or not? Like I see the think pieces flying, but then I'm seeing posts kind of celebrating it. I don't know. Let me know. I don't know what to think anymore. I thought the Roc Nation brunch, like I seen a lot of people in the past year on the Rap Roundtable comment section saying, oh, yeah, I just want to get on the Roc Nation brunch or the Roc Nation brunch, whatever the case. Like I use it to weaponize activity. But then today, it's all over your socials. Roc Nation brunch. I'm confused. Let me know. I'm really confused. Dionel says you're right. It is weird. People love to hate the GOAT. Hey, your name Hey is fucking me up, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Leroy Green says the hate is just angry love in Jay's case. That's a new bar. I never heard that one before. The hate is angry love. Leave it to Leroy Green to find a unique spin on that. The hate is angry love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess I could see that perspective. Let me see what if I slander someone named constantly, then report when they got motion. It is weird. Oh, okay, all right. So that right there is kind of the point. I bash LeBron James all the time. You will never see on any of my social media pages me celebrating when he breaks Kareem's record. I'm not doing that. I'm not a fan of his. I know he's great. I'll be the first one to tell you LeBron James is great. He does a hell of a job on the basketball court. He's an all-time great, top whatever your list is. I won't argue with you. If you got him as your goal, cool. If you got him top 5, cool. If you got him top 10, cool. You won't hear an argument from me. But I'm not a fan of his, right? So when the time comes for him to break that record, which will be probably this Tuesday, because I know, bro, he's gonna try to get that 36 or 37. You're not gonna find me on any page putting up anything in relation to LeBron James. I'm not doing it. So for me to see all of these people posting pictures of Joey Badass, writing these think pieces about it, like, why is a brunch so bothersome to the people? You know what I'm saying? It's really confusing for me. Like, so it's like it's starting to tell me that, do you really not rock with Jay? Do you really not rock with Hov? Or is it a situation where you're trying to take advantage of a space where you see it's the cool thing to bash a guy for clicks, but as soon as he makes news, let's post about it positively? That's fake shit to me. You know what I mean? It's a little confusing for me. I opened up my Twitter this morning. I'm going to be clear. Matter of fact, I'm going to be 100% honest. Again, everybody who's pulling in, make sure that you hit that like button. I'm going to be completely truthful with y'all. I didn't even know the Roc Nation brunch was this weekend. I haven't even been tapped in to like the Grammys. Like, I didn't piece that whole puzzle until today, maybe an hour ago, sitting in my living room after breakfast, and I'm like, wait a minute, this weekend is the Grammys. Oh, so this is the Roc Nation brunch. And I'm scrolling on Instagram, I'm scrolling on Twitter, and I'm seeing so much posts from niggas who say a lot of shit negatively about Jay-Z. And I'm like, whoa. Why am I hearing from you guys? It should be slander. It should be slanderous Roc Nation posts. It shouldn't just be celebratory photos. I'm confused. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to get to all y'all comments in a second. I got to post this on Facebook to let the Facebook family pull in, you know what I mean? It's difficult when I'm going full ISO, but we're gonna do this live and direct because my confusion is real. I'm really confused. I can't help but really express to y'all how confused I am. All right, it's posting up there. Bet. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm coming. You know what I mean? Pause. Also, episode 64 is dropping this Tuesday. I got another question for y'all while y'all here. We usually drop our episodic joints Tuesdays at 4:30. I've been thinking about pushing it to 5 because I notice a lot of y'all get off of work around 5 o'clock. Should we push the 4:30 release to 5 or leave it at 4:30? Let me know. All right, let me get back to these comments here. I'm gonna talk to all of y'all. Nas the GOAT says, I still find it weird how Jay boycotted the Grammys for years, but now he's performing. You know what? I understand that perspective. 110%. You can't, bash the Grammys and, pour the Douce or pour the champagne, the Ace of Spades inside the Grammy and drink out of it and kind of poo-poo what the Grammys are, but then you're performing at it, you're back on deck. It's a little weird. It's inconsistent activities. I can attest to that 110%. But on the flip side of that, for me, I look at it like, it's business at the end of the day. Like when you see a big entity like a Jay-Z, because he's a big entity, he's not just a rapper. Anytime he says something negative about another large entity, but then he proceeds to go against what he said, it's business. It's nothing more, not less than business. It's not even, they're not friends. He you know what I mean? He's not going to go to any baby showers with the Grammy committee. They cut the right deal. They made the necessary changes. Therefore, he's back in business with the Grammys. The next thing we see here, let me see. Who's slandering Jay-Z? It's not even a matter of who. It's just the way our algorithm on Twitter is set up, especially Twitter, more so than Instagram. It's a lot of people there who they post things, and the general rhetoric is his prime is overrated. He's currently overrated. Jay-Z fans are annoying, so on and so forth. So now to see these people posting photo after photo after photo after photo on Twitter, it's like, wait, the same way y'all wondering why he's in bed with the Grammys is the same way I'm wondering why y'all posting and talking nice about Jay-Z today about the Roc Nation brunch. You know what I mean? Roc Nation says Non-Plus says they're looking for clicks. I dig that. 88 Spence says, you know what type of time these people are on. Yeah. Leroy Green says, I didn't even know the Roc Nation brunch was this weekend. Leroy Green, you talk so much shit in the chat, right? How did you not know? You the number one Hovenger on the internet, and you didn't know? You might have to lose some points for that, Leroy Green. I'm really confused. Hudson says there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to the Grammys. Yeah. It's a lot of hypocrisy. We talk about that a little bit on episode 64, but it's a lot of hypocrisy because, I don't want to say it, but y'all know where I'm going. It's a lot of hypocrisy because the Grammys didn't matter to a certain segment of rap fans until a certain somebody won a Grammy. I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm not. But it didn't matter until a certain somebody won that Grammy. Tell me if I'm lying. Just the question Nas the GOAT says, is it promotion for a new album drop? Well, Nas the GOAT, I'm fully on board with the idea that there's a new Jay-Z album coming this year. The Roc Nation brunch is, whether Jay-Z drops music or not, we know the Roc Nation brunch happens every year, Grammy weekend. We know that. But I get the sense that we're getting a Jay-Z album this year. I don't know. I got no evidence. I don't know anybody in Roc Nation, but I just feel like the tea leaves. I'm reading the tea leaves, and it's telling me that Hove is dropping. He's heard the noise, and fair is fair. Fair is fair. He heard the noise because Esco is having an all-time run. Because I can make fun of people. I can talk about Nas. I can talk about Nas fans and still identify when greatness is abound. What Nas has done in the last 2.5 years, alongside Hit Boy, all-time great run. Jay-Z's heard the noise. He touches on it in his raps. So I get the feeling that being so competitive that, hell yeah, we're going to get a Jay-Z album this year because he's a little jealous. He's like, wait a minute, I'm not the GOAT anymore. People are real comfortable saying that I'm overrated. My fans are getting lambasted on the internet. Remember, he even tried Instagram last year. Remember, Hov tried Instagram, but it's a little too much for him. So it doesn't surprise me that, it wouldn't surprise me, pardon me, if we get a Jay-Z album this year because he wants to change that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like that takeover bar on Thun. You know what I mean? I get the sense that, yeah, new Hov album on the way. I got to control the room again. That competitive energy is real deal. The Grammy thing is a little weird, but business. It's always business. It's always about business, y'all. Don't ever get it confused. Hold on, I'm coming back. Adriel Green with a super chat. He says, I mean, it's hip hop 50 years and Grammys acknowledging that. I doubt that any rapper would want to miss out on that, including Jay. But is it slander from YouTube outlets or media? Well, media, they don't slander Jay-Z. We don't get that. The blogs. Like, there's two different universes in rap. There's media. I like how you put that, by the way, Adriel Green. There's media. And then there's the blogs. We fall into the blogs. We're a blog. Everybody's a blog, okay? The blogs are not really pumping Jay-Z. It's a large majority of people. And if you're a crazy person like myself, what I do is I always try to check the temperature of the space. So I'll go on the socials. Then I'll go on the YouTubes and I'll read comments. I'll go on certain blogs on YouTube and I'll read the comments. And you get a general consensus. So media, no. They love Jay-Z, whatever. blogs and the people that support the blogs, completely different energies. It's almost like, how you say? It's almost like you have the rich fans. The media is the rich fans who get the front row courtside seats at the basketball game. And then the blogs are the people who are in like the upper rows, the real diehard fans who work hard for their money and they're gonna pay whatever to get, even if it's like the nosebleeds. They in that arena to see their favorite team play. Those are the blogs, right? They're killing Hove daily. Wow, Deano says the Grammys don't matter. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, the blogs are killing them. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna open up my Twitter right now because it's like I think there's a couple of like platforms that I saw. So I want to be as completely forthright with y'all as possible. Shout out to Tone the Dome. He kind of motivated this live too because he was kind of frustrated because he saw a lot of people, pardon me, with the think pieces about the Roc Nation brunch. I'm seeing Hip Hop DX pumping it. I think it's called Too Cool to Blog pumping it on Twitter. I think that's the name of their platform. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. I'm looking for it, but now when I need to find it, I can't find it. But Hip Hop DX, Complex, Too Cool to Blog. Yeah, I was right. Too Cool to Blog. They've front to back covered it. I feel like Nas had a bit of a link up I saw on Instagram as well, but it's, Nas don't do what Jay does as far as like being mixy, for lack of a better word. So they're not gonna promote that as well. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy seeing what the Roc Nation brunch is. I love seeing hip hop get together and connect, and all the photo ops, like seeing the pictures with like Pusha T and Offset getting together, like the randomness of it all. Lil Uzi Vert with the weird haircut. It's a who's who. Shout out to Lil Kim being able to be in that room because I haven't seen a Roc Nation brunch where I saw Lil Kim there. So in years past, you might have saw like a Jim Jones making amends with Jay, and he's ending up in that building. I think that's dope. Okay. Oh, Anime Bros podcast says King's Disease series isn't all that. Please. Wow. We have a very problematic individual in the chat. Now, listen, Anime Bros. Maybe you need a Senzu beans or some shit. The King's Disease series and the Magic standalone fire. Like we not on this good Sunday after New York was damn near Siberia yesterday. We are not doing that here today. All three albums, fire. Magic alongside the standalone, fire. Like we not, knock it off. Okay, knock it off. If you didn't like it, say you didn't like it, but don't say it wasn't all that. We don't got a lot. We're not lying on this good Sunday. Nas the GOAT. Matter of fact, how does the culture react to Billboard names? To react of Billboard names, Eminem number one on the top. For that happened already. They already got to number one. Mike H, let me know. Their list is already shaky, but I don't know about that. I love successful Black people together. Giedrick Huff, same. I love to see it. Hudson says he loves seeing Kim getting his flowers. That's dope. Hudson, good seeing you in the chat again. I see you had to leave the other platform. Wow. Why we always got to bring up the other platform? Like, listen, if Hudson not over on the other platform and he want to rock with the Rap Roundtable, so be it. He's not obligated to be at the other platform. You know what I'm saying? Take it easy. Slow it down. Slow it down, guys. Slow it down, guys. Time out. Call a 20-second timeout on that. YouTube is for the people. Whatever you decide, there's a lot of people who tune in when we talk about Nas. Then they go back to the other platform. We don't complain. You know what I mean? Don't call them out like that. Don't do that. If you fuck with us, he fuck with us. Nas the Ghost says, I mean, I get 50 years of hip hop, but that doesn't excuse Jay boycotting it for years. You must stand on your principles. Okay, see, Jay-Z has one principle when it comes to this thing. It's about business. That's the primary principle. He said I think it was, I don't remember, it was the intro it was the intro to Kingdom Come. And he had a bar where he says, you should buy it as good business. That's Jay's number one principle. If it makes sense, he's going to do it. The NFL was bad business for a while. They bent the knee, right? The NFL bent the knee, and the Super Bowl halftime show became a Roc Nation production. You should buy it. It's good business. You see that in recent years, the Grammys have kind of you know, especially after the backlash where I think there was a hashtag on Twitter where it was like the Grammys are so white, that the Grammys had to pivot and start really promoting the #1 genre in the world. Because if y'all, every platform you go on, if you do a little Google search or you read something, an article, they say hip hop is the #1 genre in the world, right? And or rap, whatever you want to call it. But then when you get to the #1 award show in the space, we don't even get televised. So now that the Grammys have kind of been forced because racism has been called out on a grand scale, then you'll see a Jay-Z come back. It's not hip hop is getting the light it's supposed to. And again, Hip Hop 50, and Jay's not part of the Hip Hop 50 performance. I think from everything I've been told, he's performing God Did with Khaled. And it wouldn't surprise me if he wins or they win for God Did. Because at a certain point, we got to start realizing when people get together or a song is specifically made for Grammy looks. Like Kendrick Lamar's album that, you know, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, we make fun of the album a lot. That album wasn't really made for us as much as it was made to be an artsy album that gets noticed by all the high tier websites and award committees, you know, just like how you see around October, November when movies drop, it's called Oscar season. All certain movies drop around that time to get that Oscar love. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was dropped specifically for tonight. He's nominated for 8 Grammys. He's probably going to come home about 4 or 5 of those because he made this album with that in mind. LP says, Jaw went from a Mets hat to his own brand. The Mets hat sticks around. Mets hat came to last live because, you know, some of y'all been really disrespectful when it comes to Jay, and I had to pull out the Mets hat. It's okay. Here we go with the glazing. I don't even know what that means, Hudson. I feel like I got to say pause. You saying glazing. I don't know why, but it just sounds plausible to me. You know what I mean? Views is dropping for award shows, period. I don't even know what that means. Jay's principle is whatever benefits Jay. Exactly. You should buy it. It's good business. He told Jay. The thing is, some people be acting like they exposing Jay-Z. Jay been who he was. He was who he was before he got here. To quote another Jay-Z bar, like when people tell me, "Oh, he's a capitalist and he's so self-like," duh. When did he ever say he was for the people? Like, let me know. Jay told everyone to boycott the NFL and then went into business with them. Very on brand. It's called leverage, bro. That's the thing. Like this is, you know, and maybe I'm a cynic. Well, I am a cynic. Let me not lie to y'all. I don't believe anybody, whether black, white, purple, orange, or whatever the color they might be, when they make certain things about boycotting it. To me, once it gets to mass publications, mass media, to me, it's all negotiating. It's all leverage plays. You knock down the value of a certain entity so that now we could get back into negotiating, and you're no longer negotiating from the upper hand. Like, we're commoners, so we don't have these problems. We don't have rich people problems. But in the rich space, right? And I'm negotiating. Let's say I'm negotiating with NTG, just to throw a person out there. And I feel like NTG is holding all the cards. My only play is to take it to the public and tarnish the NTG brand so that when I go back to negotiate, you no longer have the upper hand, and now you have to negotiate with me on a level ground. And a lot of that boycott the NFL was to tarnish the NFL, make them look bad, throw a little egg on their face so that now we can take what we need, which is getting black faces on the Super Bowl halftime show. Because you think about it, we're sports. A lot of us are sports fans here. The Super Bowl halftime show a lot of times was what? The Red Hot Chili Peppers, Fall Out Boy, whatever. They'll throw in a little Beyonce randomly or Prince or something like that. But it was acts that did not represent the culture. It was popular white acts, right? To fall in line with the NFL, basically, right? Now the Kaepernick thing happens. The NFL loses his leverage. The most popular rapper in the space says whatever he says, makes them look bad. Now I could come and say, aha, you guys look like racist billionaires. Put some black faces on the screen now. And that's what happened. Adria Green says in the super chat, yo, talk about that boardroom video you posted. It was nasty in there with the fake head nods. And was that Royce that I saw in the room? You know, I got to go look back. I got to go check that again because I wasn't even sure. I was more taken aback by the amount of white faces in that room that didn't like the song, that didn't like the music that was being played. And Sincere screenshotted, there was one woman who looked like she had her hand on her face, completely disgusted or disinterested by what was taking place. during that listening session. And it goes back to what we talked about in the Rap Roundtable years ago, early episodes, where we have the wrong gatekeepers deciding what music gets out into the space. That's why so many of our favorites today are independent, because if a Griselda had to depend on that board to get out and get the looks that they needed to get, there would be no Griselda right now. Just to use Griselda as an example, about 65% of the people in that room were middle-aged, young to middle-aged white people who generally probably don't even listen to rap. And they're responsible for that artist in the room getting a specific budget and getting a specific look to reach a specific audience. And 9 times out of 10, we don't get to hear that artist. We'll get some bullshit melodic rap or a dude with tattoos and blonde dreadlocks that don't represent the culture at all. And the minute you tell him he's trash, he'll say he's richer than you. You know what I mean? So we literally got to look inside why big business rap is really not for the culture. Leroy Green says, Jay told people know how to move in a room full of vultures. He didn't say to never be in the room at all. Well, you got to understand, Leroy Green, back maybe 40, 50 years ago, if a prominent Black voice said certain things about boycotting, they stood on it. They didn't boycott it. They didn't boycott and then get in bed with them. There's still a large majority of us who want people to stand on certain things. They don't want to hear about business. And I always respect that. Like, I'll never debate with a person that tells me I don't want to hear about business. Jav himself, I just understand, because I know how America works, this capitalist country, that take everything at face value. Everybody's willing to do business. Everybody has a price. And that's just the reality of the situation. We can't pretend like that's not the case. Even we all have a price. Like, you get what I'm saying? It is what it is. Hudson says it worked. Exactly, Hudson. Leverage plays in big business. Like, think about it. Let's take it to sports again, just on a lower tier level. Anytime you hear like the Kyrie trade rumors, they're negotiating in public. Kyrie said he wanted a new deal. The Nets fronted. Kyrie now demands a trade publicly. The Nets say, we are tying a championship to your contract, because they have people in the media some of those writers have direct relationships with the organization, and they work as a beacon for the organization to put the information out there. So now all of a sudden the story comes out that the championship is tied to Kyrie Irving's success, right? So now it looks like Kyrie Irving is running from a championship. He's not capable of winning a championship. It's all public negotiations, and that's going to continue through the trade deadline. Whether he gets traded or not, that's a different conversation. But it's all about leverage plays. Let me see what else is happening here. Shaq. Low-key, almost everybody, especially our favorites, are capitalists. Being a capitalist isn't a bad thing. They just playing the game. It is what it is. That's all I'm saying. Jay doing the Grammys, the Roc Nation brunch, being positioned around Grammy weekend, it's all business. Because now what Jay does is he gets, because think about it, the Roc Nation brunch, how many white faces do you see in those photos, right? The Roc Nation brunch is a power play. All the prominent Black acts who will be in or around the Grammys that weekend come to the Roc Nation brunch and let's flex. Some people say it's an Illuminati link up, you know, whatever you believe in, checkerboard floors, all of that. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I believe in one entity, and that will be the decider of whatever the case may be down the road. But a lot of people look at it that way. Leroy Green talking about Kaepernick. We're not doing that today. LP says Slick Rick definitely gonna perform. Absolutely. That's a part of it too. The hip hop 50, we're gonna see a lot of things we wouldn't normally see this year because hip hop is 50 years old this year. Part of it is a full-on rap celebration at the Grammys. When's the last time we had like a rap celebration at the Grammys? Has it ever happened? I don't even know, legit. I have no idea. The Super Bowl halftime show, it keeps saying Rihanna, but I fully expect that there's going to be some surprise rap acts on that stage. Shit, Jay-Z might end up on that stage for Umbrella or something, or Run This Town. That's just how it's going to go. Maybe we'll get a random Esco appearance at the Super Bowl. We just don't know what to expect. This year is going to be a lot of surprises. Leah May in the building was good. Make sure you hit that like button. If y'all pulling up, hit the like button. I'm not trying to make this a Jay-Z-a-thon, but it's like it never fails that every time something is attached to the Roc Nation brand or Jay-Z's name, the internet goes crazy. Think pieces, people using it for clicks. And that's how I got here. Like, I'm tight that my bros are not here to give their perspective, but they wanna have lives and whatnot. What? News just breaks. Kyrie's going to the Mavericks. I am sick. I'm sick. I wanted him in LA. Damn, boy. Kyrie's going to Dallas. I'm tight. Okay. They doubles for a reason, I guess. I definitely believe Umbrella and Run This Talent being performed. I could see how that's gonna go. Oh wow, I'm tight. Kyrie going to Dallas, man. Wow. That just ruined my Sunday, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping he'd be a Laker. I feel like Kyrie being a Laker is only right, and damn. It is what it is. All right. LP says it's the Illuminati. Whatever. If you believe that, whatever. I'm a regular dude with a 9 to 5. I don't subscribe, I don't subscribe. I'm about to break up out of here. I feel like I took enough of your time. Yeah. I don't think anything else I need to sort out here. Yeah. Oh wow. I see y'all don't like that Kyrie going to y'all don't like that Dallas move, huh? All right. But anyway, I'm gonna break out. I don't want to keep any more of your time. I gotta get back into my Sunday. I got some things to do. I just wanted to vent about this whole Roc Nation brunch and how the internet overreacts and underreacts, and a lot of people who Jay-Z slanderers are posting ad nauseum about the Roc Nation brunch. And I see you. It's your boy Jav. Episode 64 is on the way. Make sure y'all check out episode 63. If y'all missed the last slide, make sure y'all check that out. We talked about culture versus clickbait. There's a lot of content out there. Make sure y'all fuck with us. And we will be back Tuesday, episode 64. Peace.